Beat him senseless.
You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller, and your co-host, Anthony the Tiger Cruz, bringing you the latest.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Fuller Broadcast show today. I'm sorry for the technicals I'm having right now, but welcome to the Fuller Broadcast 24/7 sports news, live interviews, media coverage, MMA, boxing, IKF, kickboxing. Let's see if we can get everything working now. I apologize. Let's see if we get Anthony back on here. You there, Anthony?
Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear.
All right. I can't see your video, so we're good now. All right. I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on. It's the settings or something. And
Yeah.
it must be the
Yeah, I
settings.
don't know if it's from your side, my side. Yeah. I don't know what's going on either. I'm actually using my.
All right. There we go.
Okay.
Did it freeze up again? You there?
Yeah.
All right. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to bring her on, but we're going to do the 10-bell salute right now to see if we get it working while we're online. Sure. You ready to go?
Yep.
All right. So we're doing a memory for John Xavier, which is a really good friend of Anthony Tiger Cruz. Long-time friend. Before we do this 10-bell salute, would you like to give us a little bit about him for us?
Well, I know John now for like 11 years plus. I met him in ITC in Brooklyn, International Training Center. We trained alongside Billy Bellows, who became a kickboxing champion in New York. Also is a pro MMA fighter. Training under Louis, so we were part of our team, Bad Boys in New York. He was a great, he was a big teddy bear. He was a gentleman of the sport. He was a great friend. This loss really hits home because, it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. He was a very gentle guy. Worked. Have a beautiful wife. He was a great family man, and to lose him so young at 42 unexpectedly, it's hard. It's hard to swallow. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for the great memories and always kicking my butt.
All right, guys. Let's take a moment of silence. Rest in peace, John Xavier. Have a lot of memories for you. Hopefully, all these fighters, wrestlers, are touching that in your memory. And sorry to hear about your loss, bro. All right, so let's get this Sean. Go, Sean. I got Katie Perez on here. Her nickname is Murder Machine, so she probably the one that messed my machine up.
Sorry.
Murder Machine.
How you doing?
Yeah, that's a new one. I like that.
So, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you. And you?
We're doing good, except for this technical problems that we're having. But it's all good right now.
Yeah, I have that effect on technology.
All right, so give us a little detail about you. I heard you were an Emmy fighter. You were started at 4-1, then you went pro. You're 1-1 now. So give us what promotion you're fighting now and how things been going with you.
Okay. So I'll fight for Mountain Force MMA. West, very excited about that on September 26th. Really looking forward to getting back in the cage. Obviously, things have been crazy with the whole, COVID quarantine craziness, and life kind of wild, but really excited to be getting back at it. I've been fortunate to fight for a number of promotions, obviously just the two so far, State Pro, but really looking forward to this.
So
I bet, I mean, I bet so many fighters putting their plans on hold because of this COVID thing. It's like a lot of promotion cancellations and a lot of fighters on hold. It's like, man, I don't think I've been fighting for 20 plus years. I never thought that something like this could ever happen. So it's one thing when you pull out because of injury or something, but to cancel a whole show, you never, very rare you hear that happening. It really sucks.
Yeah, and it's like it's hard enough kind of getting fights and people being healthy and uninjured and all that stuff on top of it. And particularly, I mean, like, the women's MMA is really, strong and healthy, healthier than ever, but it's also still a growing division. It's still a growing sport, so it's already kind of tough to find really tiny people who want to fight, and just add all that to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, thank God that the women MMA now is bigger than ever. You know what I'm saying? But I know every time one of you girls have a chance to fight, you're willing to go in there and prove yourself and do your thing. So I always look forward for women fighting because for me, I can only speak for myself. Women fighting are more exciting than the guys. A lot of these guys, they don't fight enough. They don't bring it. They don't let it loose in the ring like the girls do. So I rather watch the girls fight than the guys anytime.
Yeah, I mean, fighters want to fight. It doesn't matter, men or women. I think fighters just want to fight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always exciting.
So what is it like to? Let me change that. So why do they call you the Murder Machine? Did you come up with that name, or they came up with it?
No, my teammates gifted that to me. It's kind of it's like a two-part joke. So one thing is that I do actually use percussive maintenance, which is when something doesn't work, I smack it, and then it sometimes works. So like DVD players, I smack it, and then the DVD plays, or microwave's not working, smack it. So I'm kind of hard on the teams in my life.
Right. Hey, if it works, it works.
Exactly. When I joined the gym, my car was breaking down a lot, and my way of dealing with it was to kick it. And it was like, just work, darn you, or smack the dashboard.
Right.
And the car was, and I was like, great. So,
I tried to say it in Spanish, but I couldn't. I don't speak Spanish at all, so I think your manager told me how to say it.
Yeah, Latina.
All right, so
Latina Asesina.
yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, learn some Spanish. What's wrong with you?
So what is it like during the COVID-19 and all this stuff, loading and everything going on? How did you be able to do your keep your training going and not be able to go to work or whatnot?
Well, I'm lucky on all counts, really. I have like the best teammates ever, and just kind of made it work. I'm fortunate to live in an area where the climate is amenable to, you can be outside. And then my work is, I'm an essential worker, so I never actually had to stop working, and my work is very physical. I'm an iron worker for J&J Specialty Metals. We mostly build chairs and that kind of thing. It's actually kind of a workout in and of itself. So I never really had to take time off of any of those things. It just, changed a little bit, but we make
That's
do.
great. That's great. That's great. Well, then,
So
it's a
who,
blessing. 'Cause, a lot of guys, a lot of people, man, it's like it's question their heads. They don't know what the next day is gonna bring. I mean, I feel bad, man, because you would think in a country like this, something like this should not be. It's one thing something happens, but not this big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just overwhelming overall.
Mhm.
all right. So during your MMA career, is there a how would I say this? Is there a certain fighter that you want to call out that you have a grudge against? Or you just feel like you
Me.
just want to fight anybody?
Yeah, no, I've got no grudges. I've got no like. I mean, so I personally don't have anything against anyone in the sport. I believe anyone who's courageous enough and dedicated enough to do it deserves my respect. So they have that for me already. I'm
Right.
just excited that there are other women who want to fight at 105, and so it's
105?
like
Whoa.
yeah, it's not like a call out. It's not like I want to fight her because I don't care or something. It's just like I want to fight her because she's available. Yay! I
Right. Right.
just want to fight anybody that I'm allowed to.
Cool. Cool.
So where are most of your fights being held right now? Where your promotion you're fighting for?
So this next fight is out in Utah, uh, but we're kind of fighting all over the place. Just kind of going where they're at. Willing to travel,
Yeah.
but it's yeah, it's there's not really a usually right now. I've fought Wisconsin, Virginia. I want to say with Philadelphia, and obviously now Utah. So I mean, all over the place. Just kind of happy to do it
Nice.
wherever.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
All right. So during your career, how does it feel the manager that you have right now that's working with you? What's it like to work with? I forgot his last name. Your manager. What's it like to work with him and him getting you fights for you? And what's the support system you have?
I don't know. Okay, so I have the best support system in the world, hands down. Between my teammates, my coach, who is also my manager, so it's kind of that folded in. He does everything. He handles our cuts and our rehydration, handles getting the fight, setting up this kind of thing. It's everything that he can do to make our lives as fighters easier and simpler, so that all we have to do is train and be healthy and be on weight and fight and just be ourselves. He does everything that he can to facilitate that. So we're at Team Phoenix. We're very spoiled. Just you know,
No, that's great. That's great. That's great.
yeah, no, and it's cool because I think it's not something that a lot of people, especially outside the sport, would even recognize.
Right.
It's such a huge trust relationship that you have to have. Your teammates are regularly practicing killing you. Like they're regularly choking you or setting up a big nasty overhand right. They're regularly practicing violence. You have to trust each other, and it goes a step further with the coach because you have to trust that he's, leading you in the right direction. He's
Hmm.
kind of encouraging you down the right path, and I 100% do. So I'm super spoiled. I'm in a great place because of it.
No, no, no.
And
That's great. It makes a big difference when you have a good coach, and not only a good coach and trainer and manager, but also training partners. Because not all the coaches and managers also are training partners too. You know what I'm saying? That's already hard as it is. But when you have good training partners that pushes you the right direction and makes you better than what you are, prepared for every fight. Not every team has that. Because when you have a team, everybody looking out for themselves, and they really don't want to give you the attention you deserve or stuff like that. So it's not easy to find. Not in every team.
yeah, it's because it's a team, and it goes so much further than like, when I was in like middle school, I was on a softball team, and we'd get together and we would do that thing that we did to get into the sport, and then we would go home and not really talk to each other, and that's what I thought team sports were.
Right.
And then I figured that MMA was very solo because it's one competitor at a time, but it's like the only sport in the world where you are in there alone, but you
Right.
can't do it by yourself. You need
That's right.
training partners. You need a coach. You
That's
need
right.
those,
That's right.
That's right.
and that supports us with everything. We break bread together. We, certain times of the year we'll go and like do charities together. We're
Yeah.
really close. People will drive hours and hours just to watch each other fight, or they'll all get together and stream it. If we're out of town, like we were just recently in Florida, we had 4 guys down there, amateurs, and everyone, bought the pay-per-view to watch it, and it's really cool. It's really cool to be a part of.
That's good. So
Yeah.
I have one question that 3 people were asking me to ask you. They
Okay.
want you to tell us to talk about your first pro fight from Sheena and Steve Tyson.
All right, just in general, or like anything in particular?
They just want you to talk about how your pro fight went.
Okay. All right. So I, again, super fortunate. I had this great opportunity to work with the FFC, and I got to fight Jillian DeCourcy, who super class act. She was awesome to fight against. She was awesome after the fight to talk to. She's just class act of a girl. I was. So the training that we do,
It's okay. Take your time. It's okay. Take your time.
So my coach treats us like professionals from day one. Like your very first, if all you ever do is jiu-jitsu tournaments, he treats it very seriously. If you want to cut weight, you're cutting weight right. You're not going to hurt yourself. If you're going to rehydrate, you're going to rehydrate right. You're going to make sure you're healthy. You're going to do Shark Tank. You're going to do all the training. And so the actual type of training never had to change between my amateur and my pro career. It was supposed to make that as seamless a transition as possible. So for the most part, everything was, fantastic. It just flowed right together. I built it up in my head, as one does.
Right.
I made it seem like this huge big deal that was, it is a big deal, but every fight
It is.
level of most important. Like the fight that's in front of you is the only one that matters, and it matters the most of any fight that has ever happened. It has to be the only thing in your mind, and it's a balance between respect and fear. And I probably took it a bit too far. I freaked out a little bit. I was kind of like, the big lights and the people, and they're loud, and it's a pay-per-view, and it's my pro debut. I have to be amazing, and I did all this stuff in my head. I wasn't really true to myself in that fight, which I regret, because it's kind of like, if I was myself and I failed, then I just wasn't it wasn't my night. But I feel like I was trying to be something I'm not, because I was under the lights, because there were cameras, and because no real good reasons, just it's something that you do. But no, it was a great experience. I absolutely don't regret it. I think I can already firmly say, and I think I will continue to believe, that it was, one of the best things that could have happened to me. Especially early, being able to, like I said, Jillian, not just a class act of a person, but an excellent high level fighter. So that was an honor to get to share the cage with her, and it was really good for my development to trade hands and realize, what, no one is magic and untouchable. Everybody is just a human. Everyone is just a person. Whether you've had 10 pro fights or 80 pro fights or 0 pro fights, everyone has that potential in them. They have that capacity to bring whatever it is that makes them who they are to bear. And whoever does a better job of that is probably going to win that fight. Oh, hi.
That was good. That's good. So basically, I guess Sheena Stars. So she's talked well about you. she said you're a great fighter. You cornered her at BKFC, I think, 5. So
Yeah, I think so.
what was that like?
It was super, super cool. It was a really incredible experience to be there for her. Sheena is one of those people that you can meet like once and feel like you've known your entire life because she is so open and genuine and honest and just like does not care about like trying to put on a mask or anything. She wouldn't. I mean, maybe a COVID mask. I don't know, but like like a personality mask.
Right.
Like she's just such a real person, and she's so unapologetically herself that you can just immediately like, okay, I know who this is, and
Yeah.
getting to corner her, just to be there to support her, to be present to witness would be excellent because that's what we want to do. We want to watch each other be amazing. We want to support each other doing that. If every fight experience could be like that, I would consider that a life incredibly well lived.
Yeah. That's that's her, all right. I mean, you can't help not to like her because like you said, she's genuine her, very energetic. Saying she don't put up front. She's genuine who she is, and because of that, you learn to like her because why not to like you? She's very down to earth and real, and you gotta respect and like that.
Yeah.
Right, so, I have all these fighters I've talked to, corner, what do you call them? Cut corner men, or I forget what you call them. But, I've seen a lot of them, like Stitch. Sheena Star is like the most popular one right now that I've talked to. She's really outgoing. I love her. I hope I get her on my show sometime this month or so before she gets her next fight. So she drives me crazy when she's up in the ring. I see her up there watching her live show, and it's like, don't mess up. I'm sure she heard that one. So before we get you off here, what do we expect from a fighter from you, and are we going to look for here in the next maybe couple months see a belt around your waist? Just take a couple more fights before you get there.
That depends on if they want to put one in front of me. I mean, I'm in this to do it. So if the opportunities are there, and like the stars are aligned, I'm healthy and uninjured. Yeah, I'm in. Like that's what I'm here to do this. I'm not like trying to play a really
Right.
strategic game. Like I will take this fight, but I won't take that fight because it's second of the month.
Right.
Or, I'm not here to do that. Like I want to fight as often as possible. Actually, my ideal scenario would be to fight like whatever. I don't know what rank I am because I've never really been concerned by it. But whatever I am, I'm gonna fight the girl like immediately right above that. And then after that fight, I want to fight the girl immediately right above that. And I just want to like fight everyone in the division. I don't want there to be any questions. I want to know who I am and where I stand, and I want to do my best. That's what I want.
Awesome. Sounds great, but that's the way it should be. But not everybody, have that strategy in fighting. Everybody wants to be picky from the beginning and want to, weasel their way to a belt. Listen, it doesn't work like that. Fight the best, make your name for yourself. Soon or later, the opportunity will come.
Yeah, I mean, so when I was a kid, all I wanted was to be a warrior. Like, I loved Lord of the Rings. Like, all I wanted to be Aragorn and Legolas. Those were my heroes. I wanted to like start to try story. And when I realized that wasn't like a valid career path, I was devastated. I was devastated to find out that you couldn't just like live in Middle Earth and fight orcs.
Right.
And obviously, the women I fight are not orcs. They are awesome ladies. But I still get to kind of tap into that like warrior spirit. I get to live the lifestyle. Everything I do, like the food that I eat, even where I live. I moved the job. I got out of the desk into the ironwork because it's more conducive to my hours. I have the best boss ever. He's really, really understanding of my training needs. I'm very supportive of that. everything has kind of like come together for me in that way. And I don't want to fight to make a lot of money and then like retire with my fancy house. Like, well, I want to fight. I want to fight until I can't fight.
Right. Right. Right.
And that's, anything that comes attached to that is just kind of part of it. I've always been able to find my way and make my way, and I'm not like in a place where like, oh, I won't take this fight because whatever. I'm a fighter. It's a very simple.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
That's what it takes. You gotta eat it, sleep it, and breathe it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do it. You can't be a part-time fighter and expect big success. No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work that way because sooner or later you're gonna fight guys or girls who are taking sports serious, who do eat, breathe, and sleep this, and you will get hurt. So you gotta be at that level. You do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And the money will come anyway. The money, the more you succeed, the more money you're gonna make eventually. You know what I'm saying? So like I always tell people from the beginning, don't do it for the money. Do it because you love it and you want to be an athlete. The money is just a bonus, and it will get there no matter what. As long as you're doing good, you're beating your opponents, and you're getting closer to that bell, and finally you get the bell, the money's gonna be there no matter what.
Yeah, it's that I've kind of learned and picked up on. That's really stuck with me. Is that life is really unpredictable, really short. Like it's that, like it can all just be taken away. And even under the best circumstances, this career is short. It's just hard on the body, and it's not the kind of thing that continue forever. So it's take full advantage, and I want to know the actual, absolute maximum limit that I'm capable of. And it's just all that stands between me and that is hard work and opportunities. And
that's right.
So that's what I want to do.
So before we get to my final question, I want to ask you one good question. Will we ever see you in the BKFC?
Big question. No pressure. Take your time.
Idea excites me. I do not know. Right now, I think my parents would murder me. Thing, but like bare knuckles.
Well, they call you murder machine.
Are you crazy?
I mean, they know that. That's just a fact. They're squared with. Okay, so the real like hard cut and dry answer is my focus is on MMA right now. I think splitting my focus. I've actually talked about it with my coach a little bit, and I think splitting my focus would be a way for me to only achieve like 80%, 90%, never that 100%. So I want to both feet dive in.
That's right.
100% where I want to be, and I want to be in the cage. So for now, that's what I.
Yeah, good answer. Well, I mean, some fighters jump from kickboxing, MMA, whatever, not bare knuckle. I mean, the only way you can get good at something is to stay in it and be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, hopefully in the future, if a chance will come that you want to change your mind. But right now, because you're still fresh, you're still starting out. In order to be the best at what you do, is to stay with it.
Yeah, and I want to achieve that like ultimate potential. And so that's all that I can do is 100% focus. So
yeah. In MMA, it's so much because you're doing boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. So it's not just one thing. You have to concentrate. So it's hard to get good at everything because and now we're living in a time where a lot of these fighters are very rounded. You want to be at that level too,
Yeah, it's hard because I really love choking people, and I really love my armbar.
Hey, what's your full support? Sheena Star already said no BKFC for you.
There you go.
I'll watch and corner and stuff. I'll just support.
Right.
Good, that's good. All right. Awesome. So before we get you off here, what would you like to say to all your fans, your family, your coaches, your sponsors? What would you like to say to them?
I would say that it's one person, but it really is everybody coming together. The sacrifice that are made are not just me. You know, I recognize that it takes away from my family because I don't always have the time or the energy to go out to this work. You know, like it takes from everything else. So I don't make the sacrifices alone, and I should never share. I should never have like all the glory or anything like that alone because it belongs to everybody.
That's right.
Our team is Phoenix. It's kind of our little slogan is "Rise Together." We win together, we lose together, we cut weight together, we train together. Everything we do and we rise together. And that's my team. You guys are the best. I love you. I need you. You're everything. My coach, Coach Graham Prue, who not only teaches us and helps us with all of the nutrition and the sports therapy, the work on the strength training, all the techniques, but he also is like our therapist for when our minds are breaking down from the exhaustion and our emotions are just spiraling. He's a martial artist at heart, you know, more than just a fighter or just a teacher. He's a coach, like all the way through, and I could not do this without him. I could not be where I'm at, and I wouldn't have the exciting future. So I'm excited
That's
about
awesome.
our partnership, my family, and then people like Sheena who they don't have to reach out. They don't have
Right.
any necessary connection. They just choose to extend that, and it means the world to me. It really means the world to me.
Beautiful. That's great.
Well said. Well said. I like what you said. So, everybody, you heard it from Katie, Murder Machine Perez. She's wait for her next fight. Make sure you tune in, see her fight. She's got when's your next fight again?
It is September 26th on Mountain Force MMA, and it is a pay-per-view.
All right.
So you can watch it. You can tune in.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the full broadcast. I apologize for all the technical problems we were having. We got it fixed. So it was great to have you on our show. Hopefully, we'll have you on our show soon again before you fight. All right. All right. Thank you for being on the full broadcast show. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Right.
she's gonna be great. She's another bright star. Coming out. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be more happy for her.
Yeah, no, I was waiting to get her on my show like months ago, and the manager said, "Well, we go ahead and give her on the show because I've
Right.
heard about her and what she did on her first pro fight and her second one. I think she's got a future in MMA. Bare knuckle she might not get into because of Sheena Star said no.
She said
to
no.
KFC.
Said no. Hey.
All right, guys. Here's the good news. Coming up on our second segment, I'm going to have Reggie Arnett Jr. coming up to talk about what's coming up for him. Knuckle up. We'll see you on the second segment. Have a good night. We'll see you here in 5 minutes.
Beat him senseless.
You and me and you, we gon'
Beat him senseless.
you and me and you, we gon' throw down. That's right, we gon' get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast with your host, Jeff Fuller, and your co-host, Anthony the Tiger Cruz, bringing you the latest